What's up? Welcome back to One More Level.
All of his
I'm
co-workers
Faye.
were gone.
Or
What
Stanley,
could it mean?
in this case.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Still want a soda from that soda machine.
When
By going to
Stanley
the right.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah. You think you know me?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
No,
hoping he
I'm
might
going
find an
down.
answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nope.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
drinks.
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Hey,
His
we've been
boss
here
would
already.
think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Maybe.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a
We've
single
been
moment
here.
for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Like,
For example,
now we're going in
why
circles.
couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why
Hey.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Right?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No,
Yes.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He
Yeah?
yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this
he
while I'm
liked
still
his job.
lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the
Ooh.
ground.
Oh, shit.
Then
Oh,
he
I don't like it.
imagined
I
himself
don't like it.
soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It
Oh,
was
no.
so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head
Sigh.
dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Right?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
God,
Now,
this is
hearing the
creepy.
voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove
Yeah?
that he was in control, that this was a dream.
How?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back. The fresh
No, you
air
don't
of the
try to wake
world
up, you go back to
outside this
sleep.
one.
That's how
Let
that
me
goes.
wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
No,
Let
I
me
want
go
more
back
sleep.
to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
Oh, he's married?
All I
I
want
think
is
they
my
mentioned
life
that in the
exactly
the first
way it's
episode.
always been.
Maybe. I don't know. I
My
don't remember.
life is normal. I am normal.
Oh, you're not
Everything
normal,
will
Stanley.
be fine.
Certainly not.
I am okay.
Are you? Nope. Not okay. Not okay.
Stanley began
Okay.
screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me
real.
I'm real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Lord.
Who am I? Who am I?
Maybe he's in a coma.
And everything went black.
Oh, okay. Right, then.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Really? What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What the
But
fuck?
on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
What the
And in
hell?
that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Awesome. Cool story, Mariella. Cool story? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I just, win again? I mean, I
When
probably
Stanley
can.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I'm gonna go win
Yet
again.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
hope it
walked
gives me my
upstairs
cursor
to
again.
his boss's office.
Because that was shitty trying to type that in without a cursor last time. Okay.
Here's the door.
It's
Just
still open.
go.
Yeah. What the hell? I mean, I guess I skipped a part. Cool. Okay. So it's different. I feel like there's so many things to explore, but it all starts in the same place, so it gets so boring.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
Yes,
read
yes, yes.
Mind Control Facility.
Yes, yes. Press a button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, yes, he does. And it's not a feat of strength, really. It's
Now
just walking
the
across
monitors
the
jumped
thing,
to life,
pressing a
their
button.
true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Let's do this.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Hey,
Had Stanley really
here it is
been under
coming down for
someone's
me.
control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Possibly. Probably.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another.
Yep. Do this. Do we win again?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I don't know, is it game?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
It's so pretty out here.
Tell him where to go.
I wish I could explore more out there.
How to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
So pretty.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I will say, I think that the other game by this developer was actually a little bit longer, the beginner's guide. It took a while to get through that one, and it was a lot of fun. I actually think I like that one better than this one.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
So I definitely
the feeling of liberation.
Check that one out too. I'll put it in the comments or in the description.
This was exactly
the information on a beginner's guide. It's snarky and cool like this one, but it has a little bit more substance to it. Not a ton more. You can still beat it in one sitting for sure, but I don't know. I really liked it. In any case, next time on One More Level, we will play something else. Not sure what yet. Maybe some more Dust. Maybe a scary game, because October's coming up here. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Alright, peace.